The truth about wrongful convictions. October 2nd is Wrongful Conviction Day, which is right around the corner, and I plan on doing a few of these videos leading up to Wrongful Conviction Day so the public can learn what contributes to a wrongful conviction. According to the National Registry of Exonerations, there have been 3,737 exonerations as of today. That's more than 3,700 people who were convicted by their so-called jury of peers, people who, like Daniel, went through the same legal avenues we are walking now. Each of them had to plead with the courts to review the mistakes made at trial and to consider the new evidence uncovered afterwards. Now, here are some facts on wrongful convictions. Black Americans make up of only 13% of the U.S. population, yet nearly 50% of all wrongful convictions overturned are Black men and women. Black men accused of sexual assault are 3.5 times more likely to be wrongfully convicted than white men. And in drug cases, Black people are about 12 times more likely to be wrongfully convicted, despite similar rates of drug use. And on average, Black exonerees spend more years in prison before being freed than white exonerees. Now, this tells us a lot. This tells us something heartbreaking, but true. The system doesn't treat every defendant the same. Race, class, and politics all play a role in whether someone gets a fair trial. And here's a sobering truth. Some of those individuals sat on death row waiting to die for a crime they did not commit. Now let that sink in. Jurors sometimes get it wrong, not because of malice, but because of the faulty information provided by the state. On average, it takes 11 to 14 years to overturn a wrongful conviction and secure a new trial. That is over a decade of lost freedom, lost family moments, and loss of life. So people always ask me this question, why so long? Because state courts rarely want to admit they got it wrong. It reflects poorly on the state, on detectives, on forensic experts, and on prosecutors. Pride, politics, and power often outweigh the truth. I wish more people, such as judges, courts, and politicians, would rise above this and simply say, something isn't right here. Let's look deeper, without fear of outside noises, without fear of losing votes, without fear of challenging a broken system. The fight against wrongful convictions is always an uphill battle. Andrea Miller, with the legal director of the Oklahoma Innocence Project, has stated in a previous interview that as many as 900 innocent Oklahomans may be trapped behind bars for crimes they did not commit. That's heartbreaking, and even more so when you realize that most of these men and women, they don't have the resources or the support system to get their cases heard. I cannot imagine the despair that many innocent men and women face daily. But here's what I do know. We cannot give up. We cannot stop knocking, because one day a door will open. Get involved. Support your local Innocence Project. Be a voice for the voiceless. Stand up for those who have lost their freedom. Spread awareness of wrongful convictions. Advocate for a conviction integrity unit in your area. Wrongful convictions can happen to any race. It can happen to all ages, and it has no limits to occupation. We will keep fighting, and we will not stop until justice prevails. Thank you all for your time. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye-bye.